Okay, it's on. Here we go. Did you know that humans have had dogs for thousands of years? Dogs have served a wide variety of purposes for humans, herding livestock, guarding livestock, hunting, search and rescue, and also providing companionship. Hi, I want to tell you about how fulfilling it has been for me to have a dog in my life. The day I got my dog, Laddie, who you just saw there, was the best day of my life, and now, over 4 years later, it's amazing how he has enriched my life in endless ways. When I was growing up, my family always had dogs. One of my earliest vivid memories was of my dad bringing home this little yellow lab puppy, and he put the dog in my arms and I lifted him up to smell the flowers, and as I lifted him up, he pooped all over me, and I was just horrified but laughed at the same time, and my brother laughed too. You can see why that stuck in my memory. We had this yellow lab, Campy was his name, for 14 years, and during this time we also had a little scruffy terrier, and she went with me on errands and hiking and hanging out with my friends, and she also slept on the foot of my bed and was just kind of my sidekick when I was that age. And these dogs taught me just what great friends and what a great comfort that dogs can be. After high school, I tried going to college for a year, but for a bunch of reasons, mainly I just wasn't ready to be there. I decided to drop out, and I moved out east with my best friend, and we moved to the big city of Boston, and living in Boston was the first time that I had ever not had a dog, and it was a big adjustment, and I really missed having a dog. I did kind of adopt all of the neighborhood dogs the best I could, and I would run across the street to greet them, and the owners would stop and let me pet them and get my little dog fix for the day. So that helped, but it was not enough. I knew that I wanted to get my own dog. Logically, I knew it wasn't the right time to be getting a dog. I lived in a big city, I didn't know how long I'd be there, where I'd be going next, and I also didn't have a lot of money. Some apartments don't accept dogs, and it's one of those, should I, shouldn't I? But I knew I had dog fever bad, and I knew that I could overcome these little obstacles, and once I decided to get a dog, I knew nothing could stop me now. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. I started looking everywhere for a dog. The newspaper, online, you name it. I talked to friends, I did everything I could to search, but after a few months of searching, I still hadn't found my dog, and during this time, a good friend of mine who's a big animal lover was also helping me look, and every day I would get calls from her that were little leads of, check this dog out, or check this out. And one day I ran into her at the post office, and she says, Anne, I called the feed store, and they had an ad posted on their bulletin board for these Australian Shepherd Border Collie puppies, and I called the owner, and we're going there tonight to meet them. And I was surprised because she had planned all this, but I said okay, and that night we piled into her car and drove out way into the country to meet these puppies. I was really excited, I was also nervous, and I just had a feeling that this was it. Once she brought the puppies out, it didn't take long for me to realize that I had found my dog. And it felt like he had picked me too. When I handed her the money and she handed me the dog, my world shifted. I fell in love right then and there, and I knew my life was going to be changed. I named this little puppy Laddie, and we became constant companions. I was really fortunate because he was allowed to come to work with me at my then job at a greenhouse, and he became the official greeter. Pretty much the only place Laddie doesn't accompany me is to school, and I'm working on that. No, not really. Laddie has grown from a little puppy to a big dog, In the last 4 years, we have had a lot of adventures together. 2 summers ago, I worked on a farm and lived on a farm, and Laddie did too. And one day while doing the morning chores, I got locked into the chicken coop. And this was a gross chicken coop with like 100 chickens and poop piled way up, and it stunk to high heaven. And Laddie was on the other side. I tried yelling, but there was no one close enough to hear me. They were all out in the fields. So I told him to go get someone. He then ran around the farm howling until he got someone's attention, and they came out and freed me. So Laddie was my little hero that day. Besides saving me from chicken coops, Laddie also enriches my life because he gets me out exercising every day. Whether it's hot or cold or rainy or sunny, we're out there just loving it. And being out exercising has gotten me more connected with my neighborhood and even helped me meet some new people in my neighborhood. Laddie is also really good for my mood. I find if I'm stressed out or just feeling upset about something, I see him and my cares melt away, and life just seems good when he's around. Finally, Laddie is my best friend and trusty companion, and he's always there for me and loves me unconditionally, or so it seems, and just gives me that kind of companionship that I really benefit from. Excuse me. As you can hear from my story, I am very thankful to have Laddie in my life. He has enriched my life in countless ways. He's my best friend, he's my exercise buddy, he's my mood booster, and he's my chicken coop, locked in the chicken coop rescuer. Thanks for listening today, and it's been really nice having the chance to talk about Laddie and share my experiences. Thank you.